Alrighty, we got one of the quarterfinals matches for the Dominion 2021 Online Championship between second seed nasmith99 and fourth seed hakha3. And joining me is Dr. Steelhammer.
Hello. We already got our first kingdom here.
Yeah.
With Harker starting this one.
So
there's a village. There's draw.
no trashing, which sticks out to me.
Yeah, so will be a tough one.
The only draw
So
is awkward. Wishing Well is a little bit awkward, as is Tactician here.
Yeah, Tactician without any copper trashing.
Yeah.
But there's lots of payload and coins, so
So
it's a tough one, but
I mean, my heart says build up to like a Tactician bank mega turn.
mega turn.
I don't know if that's a realistic thing. That's what I really want to do. I don't know.
The buy is kind of awkward, right? With Druid.
Perhaps more sober judgment just says like play some by provinces one or two at a time.
Yeah. Also, the added complication that Bandit Camp doesn't really work with Tactician at all. So it would have to be a Conclave village if you wanted to go Tactician.
Yeah, like I was thinking like a single Tactician, and then you'd have the one big turn. But you could consider
single Tactician.
You'd do like double Tactician, I guess, with like Mystics and Conclaves as your payload. If there were copper trashing, that would sound a lot more appealing.
Yeah. And also Heckler is quite strong on its own. Without the double Tactician, so yeah, well, we'll see what the players think here.
Did neither of them ban Possession? That's an interesting choice to have made.
Okay, that interesting is a word for that, yeah.
I think N.A. Smith likes Possession. I don't know what Hakka's mindset is.
Oh, that's a nice use of Butterfly here, I would say.
That was kind of what I assumed the Conclave was for. Is it's just like a cat food open, basically a fancy feast, where I mean you're playing it to get a 5 and did its job.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do you get a Druid with it here?
I will say yes. I mean the boons look pretty good to me.
Yeah, besides Flame and Wisp, they seem like some of the best you could get. So yeah, can be non-terminal, can be 2 buys. But yeah, no Druid just yet for Haka. Nasmith essentially has the same hand, the same amount of coppers, and also doesn't want to Druid, so...
Okay. I was wondering if you get a second Hackler, but they've taken the safer line.
Yeah, okay, will be interesting whether this will be a second Haggler or whether it will be single tag. In Bandit Camp is also just a fine card in like more money-ish Haggler decks.
Yeah, I think one Tactician at minimum seems really good in this kingdom. If you line up one or two big turns, you get some Hagwittus down, and you get a ton of gains off of it. Even if you're not building really big, that'd be really good.
Yeah. Okay, so this is second Haggler. Okay, with a Conclave. Naismith doesn't hit 5 2 turns in a row now, so we don't know what his game plan was supposed to look like. Had his draws lined up for that.
I'm going to predict that N.A. Smith takes the Tactician first. I'm pretty sure it was the Hakha versus Chorus match where both of them just insisted on not buying Tactician for like a very long time, like a very tack-ish kingdom. But I think Hakha might be lower on tack than N.A. Smith is.
Yeah, yeah. Usually more on the side of get the tactician. I really like playing with the card, and I think it's fairly good more often than other people. But yeah, we'll see. There's an opportunity here
I think
to get
I
it.
have probably what is a typical tendency of just like you see tactician, you figure out whether you can do a double tactician build and otherwise ignore it. And I think this is one of the kingdoms where that might be a mistake because I think single tactician can occasionally be really useful and is often undervalued.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
single attack is for sure the hardest to play with, I would argue, and I like to do it well. And it, yeah, it came out here, so we will see at least some tactician play. Yeah, Basilica points, I don't know how much they matter. Oh, they will matter, but in the decision to get a tactician. But for sure, on the first buy, you should be able to get Basilica points with your purchases.
maybe bank tactician here for Hakha. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that will be the mega turn.
This is like a
It's
really good hand for Nate Smith. Getting to buy something on your
yeah,
tactician play turn.
yeah. That must be really satisfying. Those three cards together. Yeah, it's a
I
guide.
I must say that I'm really skeptical of Conclaves being at 3 right now. I don't think that card is that
Yeah,
good.
yeah. AK had Haka had a chance to return it last turn, but didn't do so. I guess for a bank.
Like,
Could have been another 5 instead.
I'm guessing maybe the intention was to buy these in order to return them for 5s, but
Yeah,
returning
yeah.
them is not so simple. You got to spend an action
Yeah.
terminally to play it.
So Haka just got a gold and a second tactician. That I mean apparently you are the resident expert on gold purchases.
So he only
I don't
had
know.
uh,
How do you like it with the second tactician?
the second tactician surprised me a bit. I mean, I don't think you're building a real like double tactician deck in the sense that you want to play one every single turn. But maybe you think your deck is thick enough that you need 2 of them just to find the one tactician reliably.
Yeah. Are there triple tactician decks where you try to play one every turn? Like with this. But yeah, the gold doesn't really match with that. So that was surprising to me.
Yeah, like the alternative I would think is buy a tactician and gain like a wishing well or a guide off of it, which seems
Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
plausibly better.
Okay. So here we have 12 money for Naismith, so that's going to be interesting. Whether these will be 5 costs twice for double the Basilica points, or another bank with a 5 cost and 2 hagglers. So
Yeah, I was thinking a bank and a 5. Oh, he goes for the
yes,
double basilica.
okay. And lots of gains. So that was a really nice turn.
Sad hand to have the bank in.
Yeah. Speaking about sad hands, those conclaves.
Who could have predicted this?
Um,
Conclave is normally so strong. Get
oh,
a guide to the rescue at
okay,
least.
guides them away. Okay, and no return here either. This could have been, I guess, a 3 and a 5. No, it's a conclave and a 5. Okay. Oh, it's a
Oh,
wishing well for 5. Okay.
so in the last turn or so, N.A. Smith has just decided he really wants basilica points, is what I get from this.
Yeah. I assume
Wow,
Haka will get Basilica points twice here. So
not the best bank
possibly winning
ever.
the. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jackal points out that if you get mystics, they sometimes do hit for free if you miss your wishing wells.
Yeah, there's definitely some synergy
That's a
there.
consideration. Yeah. I'm not sure if you can justify getting a mystic over the other 5s because they are really good. So kind of the problem for Mystic in most of the kingdoms.
I'm surprised Taka played that Conclave normally. I thought now would be a good time to butterfly it. Maybe he just wants to double province or something. I don't, I don't think that would be ideal here.
Mm. Did he play the last conclave already in hand?
Yeah, so he put the Conclave into play for 2 money. Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
if you don't
I
play
need
it,
to refresh.
you still have 14 money, which seems like more than enough. Um,
Mm-hmm.
maybe he just wants to green already.
So, or they are valuing the conclaves in the decks a bit more.
Yeah, can't say I agree with that
Yeah.
whole lot.
Yeah.
It's like a silver that awkwardly can sometimes be terminal, like we saw in Smith's hand, and doesn't power up your bank.
Okay, so it's the second gold with the silver. So lots of yellow cards in the deck now. So
That's not quite right, Jackal. Jackal's saying a Wishing Well plus a Mystic is a double lab. The Wishing Well will be a lab if it hits, and then the Mystic would just be a Conspirator if it hits. So it's only a single laboratory.
I assume this will just be a third gold then for Haka, playing very money-ish with the tacticians.
That would not
Um,
surprise me.
no. Zilica points are gone completely now, so some points lead there. Oh, another very nice turn to play the tactician on.
Yeah, N.A. Smith has been finding the
So
Tactician in much better hands. Like Haka keeps finding it with the bank and then having to pitch the bank.
yeah, that exactly. But to be fair, Haka also kind of didn't build a deck for tacticians with all his golds and banks. So, okay, this is awkward. Do you throw away a province?
Hmm. I'm gonna say no, because there's a Tactician
Hmm.
on top, so you just buy
Yeah,
Province here and
yeah.
then play Tech next turn.
So now we got a 2 province lead, but only with 8 PP with the last Zilica split. So, oh, Nesmith got a Druid. I missed that. So there could be multiple buys here, or also um, catching up with greening. I'm not sure.
Yeah. The
Oh,
the tricky part for N.A. Smith is he doesn't have any Tacticians left in the remainder of his deck, so he's gonna go at least a few turns without playing another one.
yeah. He has 2 guides down though, now 3. So maybe he's gonna cycle
Oh,
to it.
oh, I guess that could solve the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we hadn't really talked about guides so far, but yeah, it's certainly interesting just to find a tactician. Of course, also in general, in these decks, it's a nice card to throw away your triple conclave hands.
So is
And yeah,
N.A. Smith? Do you just double Province here?
hmm. I would think so. I mean, I'm not sure how comfortable he is with like catching up with duchies, for example, which is doable on these tactician turns, I would say.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm more the type of person to try to catch up on provinces when I build more than my opponent. So I'd be the type to go for double province here with, yeah, some other gains at least here. Only one haggler in play, but yeah.
We don't want Earth's Gift for some reason. Maybe with the money.
For 4 buys, do we like build a lot here? No. Keeping the spoils as well. That's
Ah.
interesting.
Keeping the spoils. The alternative would be playing the spoils, and then you could get like a conclave and a wishing well, or a wishing well and a druid, or something off of it. Maybe keeping the spoils is better. If you only think you're gonna have like one more shuffle of your deck, then probably having a one shot gold is about as good as having a wishing well plus something
Yeah.
else.
Could have also, yeah, done Forest Gift, right? Done Earth Gift and then played with spoils. Um, Haka just had Butter flew his Haggler away, so it's also an interesting decision to play to have a gold instead.
Yeah, so one more money, but without the gain. I guess if you think that, like again, if this is the last shuffle you think you're gonna have of your deck, well then the gains that Hagler gets
Yeah,
you probably won't matter. So the one extra
yeah, it
money is
doesn't.
probably worth it.
Hmm. I don't know if you could have gotten something out of that particular Haggler play. Otherwise, that's the only consideration that might be relevant. But oh yeah, Conclaves into Duchy is a nice play. And assuming this will be just Province Duchy,
That's what I would expect.
I
Although,
assume,
as if NA Smith finds their tactician, then you're in a really awkward spot.
yeah, I will expect some guide plays now, or calls rather. Okay, one more.
Yeah,
Oh, there we
and
go.
yeah,
That's a
that
nice hand.
that's an incredible hand for NA Smith.
Yeah,
If that wishing, if that, actually, I don't even know if you want the Mystic to hit.
I mean, do you return a conclave to a duchy? Probably, right? And you can
I think
still.
so.
Oh no, you need to discard something to the tactician, so maybe you want the mystic hit? Like, have a copper in hand?
Yeah, so if the Mystic hits, I think that gets you double Duchy, or does it? No, you don't have enough terminal space for that. Um, yeah, I think you just take a Duchy and play Tactician, and you can buy something or other. The buy part doesn't matter much.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a state, right? That
Yeah,
shouldn't
state
matter.
seems reasonable.
Place the Hegler
Interesting.
instead. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this line is slightly better. More conclaves that he potentially can turn into duchies later, I suppose.
So this gets
But I
you two
guess, yeah.
conclaves in place of a single estate. Um, I expect it won't make much of a difference either way.
Yeah, so how much money is this? 12 only? Yeah. So that's not super close to double.
Yeah. Um, yeah, any Smith doesn't have any banks, which would be the thing that makes doubling real easy.
Yeah. Oh, finds a copper.
Hit.
Interesting. So yeah, I couldn't really keep track of what was discarded to the earlier guides, but I think the spoils is gone. At least one spoils is gone. I think the druid is gone. Um, Province Duchy has been suggested in the chat.
Yeah, Province
Um,
Duchy is probably
it's a,
winning, I think, just because Hakka doesn't have their tactician down.
it depends a bit on like how far ahead do we think is Naismith. It's I think it's potentially a bit riskier line than like Double Duchy, but yeah. Reveals Hagler. So that's 15, right?
Close, but no cigar.
Okay. Chooses to keep the Hagler on top. Okay, so Province Duchy, very good hand. Yeah, so okay, this is winning a lot of the time, right?
Yeah, so NA Smith just wins here.
Is it in hand? I missed 7, right?
Oh, I guess that, yeah, bottom card could be worth 0.
Yeah.
Both if both of the bottom two are. are bad, then maybe you're in trouble. It's good that that
Okay.
ultimate
Drawing.
card was worth money because otherwise we have to sit here while NA Smith tries to figure out the final card.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So the gold's lost. Yeah. Um.
Yeah, the player who bought golds did end up losing. It's a important takeaway.
And, very nice tactician plays from Naismith in that one, and it's also a break already. Um.
This one. So
Hagler again.
more Hagler. Again, weak trashing. You have Dismantle, but Dismantle's not really good as a trasher. Better as a gainer.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
So Apothecary is kind of attractive if you don't play with Hagler.
yeah, I was just thinking about whether Apothecary was worth it. The lack of
Uh,
trashing makes it, I think, potentially worth it.
yeah, and even dismantling estates into gold copper is kind of okay. The extra copper doesn't hurt so bad if you play with apothecaries.
Yeah, I could see opening like Fishing Village Potion or Shanty Potion.
Hmm. Yeah, Shanty Potion. That's a nice opening in general to me. But
Yeah, I think
again,
Dismantle will
what
see
is
play
the
here.
simplest?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
open Dismantle though. I mean, I guess you could open Dismantle if you're just gonna play it as Way of the Squirrel for a while, and you just like wanted to have it in your deck when you eventually needed it. I don't want to like trash stuff in the opening. I don't think. Because just Dismantle's too
so,
weak
so
to be
we got
trashing.
yeah, we got the apothecary for Haka and the fishing village shanty opening for Naismith, which both kind of worked out for what they were going for, I suppose. An apothecary, one haggler,
Yeah, I think
respectively.
both of these draws were pretty good. Hawkeye's especially, I think, is about as good as you can hope for with his opening.
Hmm. Second haggler. So will this be, I suppose, some stables with money? I guess is the line. If you go double haggler early here.
So NA Smith, I'm sure he'll build. I think you're just trying to draw just with stables and not
Oh,
apothecary.
okay.
The Haggler as Way of the Squirrel is also potentially neat. He hasn't hit the price points to be able to do it yet. But like if you've got 5 in your hand
Okay.
anyway, then you squirrel the Haggler and you still get the uh, bottom line effect.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, Hacker goes for spices over apothecary. Um, I like here.
Yeah, here we
There's
go.
the squirrel haggler.
Who has the dismantle? NA Smith already has one.
Naismith just bought one. He had it 4 with haggler last turn.
So I think
So
Stables
yeah,
Fishing Village.
can't. Yeah,
Yep.
sounds nice to me. I think Haka could, but Haka stack is plays even better with a dismantle. So I would expect one
Yeah, I'm sure Haka will pick up a dismantle at some
soon.
point.
Yeah. So now this is of course your awkward hand. Do you play haggler or okay. Is he?
So yeah, I think you just take a Duchess with your apothecary.
Yeah, I don't know if he's confused about how haggler works right now. Hoping it doesn't work here. No. Okay.
So the potion
Who
is looking
knows?
less good if you're only going to buy one apothecary with
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Okay, this model is a squirrel here, not an estate trash. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good point from Cave that even if you just get a Duchess, it's a squirrel in the worst case, and that's a pretty good worst case.
Yeah, I mean, squirrel is just generally, I think, one of the stronger ways. It definitely seems good here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now it's double Duchess. Oh, it's with coppers. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, copper's not so bad if you have apothecaries, but he also only has two of them.
yeah, he doesn't really have apothecaries, is the problem. And yeah.
What do you take here? Does he already have spices? He's already got
Yeah,
one. I take a second
you
one.
got two coffers.
It's 1-0
Hmm.
in A Smith's favor.
Yeah, I would have expected the stables to pile here for the game.
Yeah, I would strongly expect
Yeah.
stables to run out. Seems like the easiest card to spam. Way the squirrel makes it a lot
Hmm.
less likely that you have like a stables dud. A good draw for Hakha.
So far, we haven't seen any dismantle being played, I think. So just marginally better than Duchess so far.
I assume Hakha takes the final fishing village. I don't know what else.
Really? Yeah. Second stables instead. Yeah. Not sure
Oh,
how many
I
terminals they
thought it.
do
I thought he had a
on the
haggler in
spot.
play. Ignore me. I thought he was going to gain the fishing
Oh,
village off of the
oh,
stables
oh.
buy.
Yeah. Bottom deck both, which is a bit unlucky, I
Yeah.
guess. So yeah.
So will we see NA Smith finally play the dismantle normally? This might be the turn for it because you can already squirrel both hagglers, and that's plenty of draw as is. I think this estate's
Yeah.
getting dismantled this turn. I guess.
Yeah, I would also expect that.
Definitely not
I
spices. You need
mean,
the plus buy.
yeah, spices you only plus buy. Um, it's kind of hard to get spices. You have to give up stables at the moment, so I don't think that will be dismantled. Um,
Yeah, I think it's just between squirreling the dismantle and trashing the estate. They do go for the
yeah.
estate trash.
Mhm. Yeah. When I say skirling is so attractive that it is a little bit harder to justify playing it, but yeah, finally we got to the point where we saw an estate get trashed. First one in the series.
Is squirreling shanty better? Yeah, I was expecting him to play the shanty town, but I also don't know what's in these bottom three cards. I kind of assumed that he must have known that he was top decking something good.
Did this change anything?
He played a haggler for money instead of squirreling it, I guess to save
Ah, okay.
coppers.
Okay, the fishing village got spoiled instead, okay. Hmm. Okay, the masked players giving advice. Is
That's
that
it.
additional information? Is that allowed within the tournament
I
or?
think that suggests 28 turns later might be N.A. Smith.
Oh. What an interesting turn of events.
But
Yeah.
I would expect him to buy one or more golds here just because it's the easiest way to get fives.
And then stables with fishing village and something.
That looks eminently
And
reasonable
another
to me.
dismantle. Yeah. Okay, so I assume he checked for pileouts. I guess it's not really close yet, but
Yeah,
Dismantle and hecklers
I don't think a
do gain
pile out
cards.
is feasible for Hakka. So you got two hagglers and a spices. So you buy two things. That's at most getting you four cards out of one of these piles. You could like dismantle something to get a, another one, but that's still like at best doing like five
Mm,
instead of nine.
mm,
Um,
yeah. This is the first time we've seen a deck drawn in this match.
Indeed.
I think so, right?
I believe you're correct about that.
Um, so we have 9 coppers in hand, and tough decision. What will be duration draw here, and what will be payload?
Yeah, I think as Hakka you want a province. Do you want two provinces? So to get two
Mm,
provinces, you would need to play one haggler for money. Hmm, that's
yeah,
not
I mean they're no more
unreasonable.
stables, right? So building this seems less attractive now. Yeah. So
Hmm.
wait,
Yeah,
copper with 14 money, right? So
yeah.
we
So you
play
could,
one heckler and scroll twice.
yeah. So you could get two squirrels down and buy two provinces. You could scroll three things and buy a province duchy. Uh,
Yeah. Or would you want to like dismantle a potion or an estate? Probably not, right?
I mean, dismantling potion is not unappealing to me. The the gold is going to be a good target for dismantle on future turns if you manage to do that.
But could also gain a gold relatively easily if you do double province, right? And you have 4 gains,
Yeah,
4 heckler gains.
double and four spices. Hmm. So to beat that, NA Smith would just they would need to buy they would hit double and they would like dismantle for a duchy.
Yeah. Don't know if Nesmith can draw a deck. 6 tables.
So six stables will get you to the
Yeah.
bottom of your deck. You won't be able to
A
redraw all
bunch
the
of coppers to
coppers.
discard. But you can't dismantle the gold and then redraw it. Then I suppose.
Hmm. I think some number of spices seems good here. I think I would want to keep it fewer than four though. Maybe gain like two spices.
Yeah.
Inheritance
What are the other gains?
provinces.
Golds?
I was gonna say inheritance for provinces would be kind of busted with things like pilgrimage or changeling. Because the moment you can put province in
Mm,
play, those things could gain you provinces.
yeah. One day we will be able to play provinces. Hopefully not as an action card that does strong things.
Okay, so what did we end up doing? Okay, we went with the double and scroll
Yeah.
two things line.
Yeah. And now the question is like probably just golds and spices, right? All the other cards don't seem that appealing. I guess he could get one more shanty or something.
I would think shanty is good.
Yeah,
Because that's Haka's
that
first
is.
shanty town actually.
Oh yeah.
Something like two spices, shanty town, and I don't know what the last thing is.
Oh, does Naismith have 7 fishing villages? Kind of looks like it, right?
I believe you're correct about that.
I only see 3 in play, and that was the deck, so.
Okay, so can we win here? Seems relatively likely. This looks winning, right?
Uh, what is the winning line? Double
Yeah,
province plus?
this is the win. So you double. Oh no, he needs more gains. He only has the 2 hagglers. I was thinking you just do double province and duchy with off of dismantle, but that's not enough gains
Hmm.
to empty piles. Um,
It doesn't empty, yeah.
this is the line that I was thinking was winning back when we were considering the 4 spices buy for Hakha. But if you don't lower spices,
Hmm. Yeah.
win on face.
Okay. Squirreling the fishing village means we are stopping here, right? And not playing the shantytown for card draw this turn. So, um, yeah, this will, of course, get very complicated with the dismantle choices. And
Sorry, that's my dog. That's being picked up.
hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so what can Haka do in his turn?
You could go for a win here,
Probably.
right? So NA Smith has 2 more stables down there. That's not enough to reliably gain and play anything. Like you could turn the gold into a haggler, and you'd have a chance of drawing it, but I don't think it'd be a very
Oh,
high chance.
oh yeah, you have to rely on shantytown drawing 1 to 2 stables.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I think
kind
it's
of. Yeah,
relatively likely you find a stables, but then even if you find both stables, you're only
yeah.
drawing a little bit into that shuffle, which has a bunch of coppers.
Need to dismantle into the star chart and then top deck your haggler. So we drew on, but you don't trigger here, do you? It's just
What does
helps
drawing
you score some
on
coppers.
get you?
Um,
We've untop decked 2 stables. Not sure that was a good idea.
yeah, um, I'm sure there's a reason. Maybe this made. I mean, playing a squirrel is worth as much as a top deck stable, right? Roughly.
Yeah, like, but you could have scrolled the
Um,
actions that you used to
yeah,
draw on, like the
yeah,
shantytown, and then I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Like maybe he would have needed to play the haggler normally, otherwise. So maybe it was like a gain of squirrel play or something.
So I assume you double here, and there's really nothing I particularly want to gain off of the double. Probably a spices, not more than one.
Yeah. 1 seems fine, 2 seems very dangerous. So yeah, Haka seems in a surprisingly good spot. I would agree with that.
I mean, NA Smith could have gone for broke and gone for the gain and play haggler line. I'm guessing the
Mm.
odds are well under 50%, but maybe if you think you're losing otherwise, that's the move.
Okay, so second dismantle, 1 spices and 2 golds.
Look at
Sounds
how many
reasonable.
cards is this that don't have a single stables in them? One, two, three, four, five,
Oh
six, seven.
god.
It's a 15 card hand with 0 draw cards. That's the dud.
Oh man. Yeah, yeah. Oh god, next hand will be stables. Yeah, full of stables.
Although I do remember the turn where he could have left tables top decked and chose not to.
Oh, yeah. So you mean this is like some karma coming back to haunt him?
It might not end up mattering. So Haka can just pile spices here, right? Dismantle gold into spices, play two hagglers, buy province gold.
Yeah, 2 golds. Yeah, province gold is needs 14. Is it 14? Easily, right? 5, 9. Yeah, it's easily
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, so that should be.
Yeah, maybe this has dismantle pile out as well if you prefer that. Yeah, I think dismantle
Yeah,
works
sure,
as well
works.
if you wanted to like buy three duchies and gain six dismantles off of the duchies. Multiple options here. Sure, Haka will find one of them.
Yeah. Did nobody buy gold this game? Probably not, right? Oh, wait. Naismith did, but probably one of the more reasonable gold buys
I think Haggler is
in
often one of the
history.
better excuses for buying gold. Once you get multiple Hagglers in
Yeah,
play, it's like a cheap way to buy
yeah,
fives.
yeah. If there's no nobles or
Oh, we found the
something like that.
fanciest pile out.
Oh, nice. That
All
just,
right, yeah,
yeah,
that.
just as we expected, the apothecary player has to gain the duchesses.
Yep.
Um, yeah,
A stylish
very
ending.
nice. Yeah, so back to even with the breaks.
Indeed. And still with relatively
It's
weak trashing, but it's getting better over time. Now we got replace. Uh, this is going to be
replay.
I think, a gross kingdom because you got like a lot of stuff going on. But I think what's going to happen is you get replaced, and then you turn your estates into islands, and that fills each deck with curses, and then these decks never really quite come together.
Yeah, but at least your coppers can go into settlers and pawns, so it's not the state mud fight that
Yeah,
sometimes happens.
just an island mud fight.
Yeah, I mean, this could also reveal bustling village, so then you could actually make a deck.
Hmm. It's always hard to tell in kingdoms like this. Like you definitely have the theoretical ability to build a very big engine. But then there's just this latent threat that you both play replace a bunch, and then all of a sudden curses islands and the states are super low, and then there's just you got to start greening all
Mhm.
because piles are almost out.
Yeah, that kind of tends to happen. Although, yeah, I see a lot of neat charm things one could do, but yeah, it would really need the village to be turned up, so both players would have to be civil with their replaces. So
So Donald X says he doesn't regret any of these cards. Hmm.
yeah, I mean
I
there
think
aren't really many.
if I had to pick a least favorite in this kingdom, it'd probably be replace. But on the whole, I think these cards are pretty nice cards.
Yeah, I mean I would regret that the island isn't a little bit stronger. I remember when I first played Seaside, that was my favorite card
Island
because
is
I didn't have to trash my
uh,
estates.
it'll be strong here just because it comes with a curse. Um,
Yeah,
So
I
N.A.
mean
Smith had a great second shuffle. They both open patron silver, which does seem pretty sensible. And then N.A. Smith hit double fives off of it.
yeah, and both replace in their turn 5 hand. That's yeah, really neat. I
As
yeah,
Haka, I think you're top decking another
and
replace here.
yeah,
Yep,
I like that.
and now the cursing starts.
Yep. Oh,
Interesting
gets a
that
changeling.
N.A. Smith took Changeling over Island. I'm not
Yeah.
sure I agree with that. I don't.
Just wants to curse.
I don't think I like the changeling. So I mean, Island is like it's not good thinning, but it's thinning. Changeling is slow. You don't have a lot of great targets for it, and I just expect this game to be a big pile threat very soon. And so the points from Island are really not that bad. It's not too early for those.
Yeah, and this mule, so you can always not play it with a little bit of less of a downside if you
Yeah,
don't have a startup villager.
it's at worst a copper. You got villagers. I think I would have kept
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Okay, yeah, Haka's following. Okay, okay, yeah, the chat seems to have piled on the regret idea and not analyzing this kingdom idea. Oh, we saw a tactician. Interesting.
It seems like
Wouldn't necessarily have expected that.
chat's backing us up on the changeling skepticism.
Hmm. Yeah. Especially if you plan to get a tactician. I guess on the tactician turns, it's fairly easy to use it.
I think tactician seems like a reasonable thing to get here.
Hmm.
Works pretty okay with
You want one?
patrons. Get big spiky turns.
Hmm. Do you want one? Or do you?
Then
Or how many?
I probably just the one. I mean, it could be like that scenario from game one where you're not really trying to do like a true double tactician deck, but you get two of them just so you're finding at least one more often. I'm not sure.
Okay. Looks like the settlers are piling here.
Oh wait, we didn't even play our changeling. We're just gonna hold on to
No,
it.
not for the settlers. Do we exchange it for silver? Probably not either. No.
That changeling would have been really nice as an island, wouldn't it? We could have set aside our estate and the island. We'd have
Yeah.
3 points, nice and tucked away.
Yeah. So what do we do here? Probably not play the patron, right?
Not play the. Oh, so that you can remodel the copper.
Yeah. Or do you play? Yeah.
I mean,
I
you could
guess
also
either
consider
patron or
remodeling the
replace.
patron. I definitely like the idea of
Yeah.
playing the
True.
replace. I'm not sure which one I would rather
Yeah. I
uh,
like the idea of playing
replace.
tactician and discarding a card.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
That was not on my radar.
Power of Mule.
I think I would have played the replace. I'm not sure if I would have trashed the estate of the patron, but replacing things seems like
Yeah.
kind of the goal of this kingdom.
Okay, now we saw the second tactician, and Naismith chose a pawn over settlers, so doesn't want to come closer to the village reveal, even though we're playing double tactician. That's interesting to me.
Hmm. So what do you
Oh,
do is
you could have
okay.
top decked the tactician here and play it if you wanted to.
You could top deck
But
the tactician, but I mean, like playing it discards all the coppers, but you could just top deck a tactician now if you wanted to.
oh
Um,
yeah, that's also reasonable.
Turning a state into island is also really appealing, though. I'm conflicted between those.
Exchanging or not?
I would not exchange.
Yeah.
I would top deck a settlers.
Yeah. Yeah.
How bad are
So
these bottom cards for Haka? If it's all junk, then top decking tactician sounds great. But I'm not sure it's down there.
will this be a bustling village?
Hmm. Wait, why didn't we play our patron? I don't understand why we did that. I think Hawkeye's realized that
Yeah,
didn't make any sense.
I mean, I assumed if you just want, if you don't need that much money, right? You only have two buys, but okay, two white hunts. Interesting. They're playing like they had a village.
This is Kaplane's fault. Apparently, that patron is a village propaganda has gotten to him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a question for DVX. Does he regret the village terminology and what it ended up doing?
Fortunately, I don't think he's listening. He's in the chat. I don't think he's in
Okay.
a call. So we may never know.
It's also not really his fault, I don't think. Just made a card that named Village. Okay, so the changelings are also.
So many changelings.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
I remain unconvinced.
So we'll see a trash changeling here for another replace. So, no. Look at that, he could remodel a changeling here. Yeah, there's some cards that make your night cards really, really sad. And Tactician is one of those.
Yeah, this changeling doesn't look like it's doing a whole heck of a lot. Sure would rather be an island.
Okay, you just top deck another replace, right? And drawn it, okay. So this is the end of the villager line here. The patron villager line. Look
Yeah.
at that. There's now you can remodel the 3-cost changeling instead of the 4-cost island. I mean, they both could have replaced something into the settlers and then bought the first bustling village even. So they elected not to do that.
Yeah, presuming you don't want to take a settlers on your turn if you're not taking bustling village as well, because you're just uncovering it for your opponent who can gain and play it mid-turn much more easily.
Okay, we saw a duchy to curse, I suppose. But yeah, villages are out for both now. Okay, that is, and I assume that's the changeling getting replaced. Yeah. So the deck quality changes quite a bit now. I assume Nasmith also will pivot back into villagers now.
So Anthony Smith's got a double tech thing kind of going. I don't think he's got the draw to make it reliable.
Mm. Yeah, not quite.
Hakha will need a second tactician probably at some point, given the way this game's going.
Bought a changeling. Interesting.
We
Yeah,
really like
I would say.
changelings.
Yeah. I guess if they become bustling villages, they're pretty good, but that's also a really hard thing to line up for their decks.
Yeah, I don't know if Hakka's going to get back around to that changeling. Bustling villages might be empty before you do.
Yeah, I would expect so too.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I would want to replace into a bustling village, but I guess just top decking one at the end is also pretty good.
Yeah, top decking Bustling Village here seems great. You know you've got a Settlers that'll be in your discard.
Yeah, okay, so play. How many turns roll that Naismith play Tactician now? A few, right? So at least they uh, got that one relatively consistently.
3 turns in a row.
Yeah, pretty good. This one might be a little bit harder, but Possible.
Hmm. So as Hakka, you can't play everything here. Perhaps should have considered replacing Patron into Bustling Village before playing that Wild Hunt.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But I think it's also good to just top deck one now if you choose to play the other tactician. Nope.
So
Okay.
we're not playing either the Replace or the Tactician. Maybe you just don't play the Tactician here? Like, play
Mm,
Patron,
yeah.
replace Patron into Bustling Village, uh, Changeling into Bustle or Wild Hunt, and then, like, buy Province? You can take all three Bustling Villages if you wanted to. Piles are probably not low enough to make that a huge threat. No, I don't
Placed.
know. I wouldn't trust anything not to be able to pile Changelings and Curses.
Yeah. Also, no, no villagers, so you probably want to play the patrons first. I guess it doesn't matter if you only buy bustling.
Haka and these patrons. I'm always confused.
Yeah,
Why aren't we playing the
they're
patrons?
playing like they they're playing like they had terminal space. Foolishly. But no, I mean, if you buy a bustling village, it doesn't matter, right? You can just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe he just doesn't plan on buying
No.
province this turn, which does seem reasonable. I don't think I want to take all
Mm,
three busing villages though. That seems risky. Maybe like one or two and then wild hunts. Yeah.
okay. Wait. So left one. Okay. So what that means? Naismith is allowed to have a deck.
Yeah, playing the
Yeah,
patrons wouldn't have gotten you an extra
yeah,
villager.
yeah. That's the village propaganda that's led
Yeah.
us to believe that.
Yeah, that's complain getting to you. It gets you more money, but if it wasn't gonna use the money, then it was fine not playing them.
I mean, it gets you village, and then you use it for your replace. So yeah, the gain in play would have been neat. Okay, I'm really surprised we're getting so many wild hunts.
I think Andy Smith wants to snipe the point, perhaps.
Yeah,
Yep.
pause it. Oh yeah, okay. And now state into an island, and still the changeling. Okay.
Always changelings.
I would have expected with the piles being fairly low now that you like the points, but no. Ooh, that's a nice tactician hand.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so no bustling here.
Sad draw.
Yeah.
So as Haka, I want points now. So probably playing all three patrons, buying a province, and I think play the wild hunt for points. You could also play the replace and like replace into duchy or something.
Yeah, I would have expected that line. And I'm just imagining a world where one of these wild hunts was a bustling village, which it could have been. Yeah, it lowers curses, but also what is Naismith gonna do on a non-tactician turn? Gain like one card, maybe two.
True.
Okay. Stayed with 2 points and a province. Okay.
So the state with 2 points is functionally a duchy. So the choice was between
Yeah.
you get a duchy either way. The replace line curses your opponent, but costs you a
Mm-hmm.
replace. And it does
Mm-hmm.
leave the wild hunt points for your opponent, I guess, is potentially a concern, but
Mm-hmm.
N.A. Smith's hand was likely to be pretty bad.
Okay, so I guess it's a good trigger, right? The settlers took out all the coppers, but there's only one bustling village in there, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
little awkward.
Hmm. Okay, so can there be a win on this turn for Naismith? Seems really hard, right?
It does seem difficult. Especially if he doesn't find a bustling village. If he finds a bustling village, then maybe you have to think about it.
Yeah, that seems like a prerequisite. But yeah, to replace place would empty the curses.
If you give out the curses, you're still
Yeah.
behind by 8 points. Um,
Yeah, so the 5 states aren't good enough. Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah, so do you play the White Hunt hoping to find it, or rather play 2 replaces and Tactician here?
Uh, you can play the pawn first and hope you get real lucky. You just find it right on the top.
Mm, yeah, sure. Okay, there's only one more changeling flying around.
Who has it? N.A. Smith, right? Didn't he just pitch it last turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So it's somewhere down in his discard. Don't think he has the draw to get to it for this turn.
Ooh. We got the village.
Finding that is great. Now I guess you consider whether you have a pile out. So if you
Mm-hmm.
replace tactician and patron into duchies and turn them into changelings, it gives out 2 curses and 2 changelings. Yeah, that still seems kind of far from piling successfully. Maybe there's an estate curse pile out. So you trash estate into, or you trash curse into estate. Um, you trash copper and, or yeah, I guess you trash tactician. Maybe there's an estate curse pile out. This is looking viable. Um, yeah, it looks like that works,
Oh, it's
doesn't
a
it?
win. It's a win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Yeah, top decking. Okay, there were 2 bustling villages down there, finding the one. Yeah, but good draw, but very nicely spotted. Turning tactician into the one that shield was required.
Isn't that 3 for player 1? I'm pretty sure player 1 is one every game.
No,
Am I
play 2 won every game.
Oh, am I wrong?
Yeah.
I guess I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
It's... Okay, so we got real trashing this time and a nice 5-2. So
5-2
the
looks excellent
second play
here.
advantage might come to an end here.
Yeah, I'll take 5-2 player one in a Wharf Kingdom.
I mean, here, would you rather be have 5-2 as the second player or 4-3 as the first player?
Ooh, that's tough. Hmm.
To me, this feels like kind of open trading posts and
I was thinking Wharf
go second.
first.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm kind of old school. A couple years ago, trading posts opening
I know Trading
used to
Post
be
is
pretty good.
definitely not bad on the 5-2, but also Wharf
Yeah.
is Wharf. I was thinking take a Wharf or two, then take an Apprentice to deal with the estates, and then
Yeah, it
maybe
could
you
work.
never
Yeah.
really thin the Copperus.
And then with a paired with a coin, yeah, that's fair.
What do we end up seeing? If Andy Smith goes for Wharf, Hawkeye goes for Experiment Silver, which seems reasonable.
Oh yeah, the 5-2 and then a sombrero is also a nice trade-off
Well, all of a sudden,
compared to the
uh,
4-3.
N.A. Smith's draws are looking a little less good.
Yeah, I assume Haka will hit 5 next turn. Seems very hard not to. I guess you can bottom deck the silver and
Yeah,
experiment,
the
but
downside will be having to play both experiments means you'll trigger a shuffle prematurely. You might could have
oh yeah.
considered buying Slay there, because if you drew the Slay, then you'd be able to top deck your buy on Haka's turn 3, that is.
Mm-hmm. So you would just buy another dwarf, I assume, then
I think one more
with
Wharf.
this 9.
Well,
Okay.
N.A. Smith splitting the difference.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that he bought a silver over experiment on turn 3 if he was planning to go for trading posts.
I agree. I mean, even if you weren't, Experiment does kind of seem better than Silver, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose eventually you kind of need money here, as in the actual yellow cards as played
Guildhall
out.
does some nice stuff with Trading Post and Coin of the Realm. Problem is it costs 5, and there's so many good things at 5.
Yeah, it costs the off basically
Yep.
that you're not buying. Yeah, yeah. The thing I like about trading post apprentice games is you can open trading post and then get an apprentice later, and the silvers are kind of dispensable. So
And the Trading Post is not a bad target itself.
yeah, oh yeah, true.
See if N.A. Smith is feeling the Guildhall.
Okay, we
He
saw.
is.
Yeah, okay, good. Interesting. We also saw experiment coin for Haka over a 5 cost on previous turn. That's also a bit unintuitive to me, but
Yeah, that I didn't even notice that.
mm,
That's kind of strange. Wonder what was going on there.
mhm. Expecting a 5 in the coin here. Yeah, okay, so turn 7 trading post. Don't see that one every day, but
I mean, 2 Wharves isn't enough on its own to make you want a coin, because you just play 1 Wharf every other turn. You're functionally terminal balance there. I mean, the coin might have been sort of preemptively anticipating buying a Trading Post soon and needing a villager for that.
mm, you just saw a copper buy.
Copper is money. Gotta buy
Copper,
as much money.
yeah.
Gotta use all your buys. Otherwise, it's going to waste.
Oh
It's
yeah,
efficiency.
I think that's one of the not super uncommon rules misconceptions, right?
Yeah, people don't
I
realize you
think
have to buy something with every buy.
yeah, no, I mean that some people think that you actually do have to use your buys if you.
Yeah, Andy Smith's still being kind of new to the
Uh,
game. Might not have learned that yet.
yeah, yeah. I mean, why would you not use all your buys, right?
Ooh. Hakka's deck
Okay,
feels like it's
so
coming together nicely.
yeah,
N.A. Smith's is
it seems
actually not. He has 5 warps, but none of them in play and none of them in hand.
yeah, that's kind of sad. Hmm. So this game looks like wharfs will of course be gone very soon, but also the coins.
He's just calling it. Yeah,
Okay,
fair enough.
yeah, okay,
The warps
yeah.
were not gone.
Mhm. Okay. So 2-2.
Oh, this looks interesting.
This looks like headache to me, I have to say.
I see procession.
Figure this one out. Yeah. Procession Governor.
You can proc a governor to alter. You can proc acting troop for like double the village. You don't even need the villagers, honestly, but you could proc acting troop to gain
Yeah.
processions if for some reason you had one.
Yeah. And what are your terms? I mean, you probably want to play Altar.
Yeah,
I
alters
guess it's
potent terminal.
kind of it. Yeah.
I could see getting a
So,
mine or two, perhaps.
okay.
Turn the coppers up to golds and then governor trash them.
Okay, no
Crop
Nomad Camp.
rotation will be really good here. I think turn 2 nomad camp seems reasonable.
Yeah, especially you're expecting a good procession, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
I think you
it'll
play with
be
a Nomad Camp in the opening here.
a good procession target. This is a beautiful draw for N.A. Smith. Hitting 6 on turn 3. Um,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, Haga gets the turn 4 $6 hand, which is almost as good. But N.A. Smith gets to make use of crop rotation sooner.
Yep. So is this a governor or do you want the mine?
N.A. Smith's already got the nomad camp, so I'm going to say governor for him.
Yes.
Oh, you know what else looks good here?
Hmm.
Populate.
Yeah, I was thinking
I
of
had,
Populite. I mean,
I had not thought
if you
about it
had
until just
10,
now. Yeah, so maybe you just
I
want to
mean, sure, right?
get really
Yeah. Oh,
fast.
okay, cards.
Treasure Trove is insane to me. I don't
Wait, what?
understand that at
Wait,
all.
what?
What are you doing? N.A. Smith?
What?
All right.
I mean, I remember like a league finals about maybe 8 seasons ago or something with Naismith in it, where against Nick. That was a weird treasure trove too, if I remember correctly.
I don't recall this one. Like
No?
early treasure
Yeah?
trove in an engine kingdom?
Yeah, pretty much. It was before Naismith won any league championship.
Huh. Wait.
Um,
So I mean treasure trove and crop
and
rotation are both great for money. But also you've got governor, fairgrounds, altar, all sorts of nice things in this kingdom.
yeah, I mean, there's no way you play money here, right?
Right.
I would.
I watch
I
him
mean,
buy another
since this
treasure
is not
trove.
an altar, I would think, yeah, that would. If this is a gold, we would need to call an ambulance.
Yeah, that last game must have gotten to him.
Yeah. Um,
An immediate altar, right?
I mean, I would have clicked on it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna start deducting points for every one of these weird decisions. Right now he's on NA Smith 97, and we'll see how far down he gets. All right, he's just gonna play money.
Uh, okay, what am I not seeing here?
We'll see if Hakha can beat Lord Raddington.
Second gold. Okay, no remodel here. I mean, I guess the fairgrounds is not that easy with governor, but you can process Noble camps and
Yeah,
just buy a lot.
yeah, definitely not trivial. Um,
But I think Haka needs to adapt and remodel more and gain gold less.
yeah, like
Because the remodel doesn't help Naismith that much
I
if he
agree
just plays.
with that entirely. Remodel won't help NA Smith so much. Like trashing his estates actually isn't even good for him because his estates are the crop rotation food.
Yeah, okay, and now we see governor for Naismith. So maybe
Realize the error of
a
his
sibling took
ways.
over. Yeah, somebody else took over for 8 turns, and then
Ooh, interesting choice here is Hakha. I mean, you could draw and hit populate, but then you trigger a shuffle. So,
it's even more good.
ooh,
Okay,
Hakha is greening
okay,
already as well. I am
okay. I
perplexed by
hate
that
everything about
disposition.
this.
Yeah, what's going on there? You could like
A
remodel the
Dutch.
silver into
We got two
governor.
Dutchies. We need a top four interview
If
with whoever wins this year and some interrogation.
yeah, if Hakka is going for provinces, all of a sudden NA Smith's chances look a lot better. I don't think provinces were the way to go. So do I deduct from Hakka two now? Is it are we down to Hakka two after that
Okay.
province buy?
Yeah, I mean, double Dutchy deserves.
Yeah. All right, we're Hakka one. Apparently, the value of this treasure trove play was entirely psychological. Got into Hakka's head.
Yeah, I guess this is just province Dutchy now, then, I suppose. No. But what? Okay.
So now you just lose.
I mean, 13 turns for a joint effort to empty provinces. So doesn't impress me too much. Okay.
That was weird.
Well, that happened. Yeah.
So second player advantage continues.
Yeah. Looking forward to another treasure trove game here.
So 3-2 for NA Smith. With second player having won all the games.
Yeah. Okay. So this time we are missing a village. Oh.
True. With this
Or
prince,
can you
you
Prince the
could
Druid? Okay, there's a village.
Princing Druid playing
Don't
at
you
this
worry.
field's gift
Yeah.
gives us a village effect.
Yeah.
This is a keynote I would expect to be very money-ish. You got Baker, you got Animal Fair. Those are gonna be really good for big money. How do you
Open Chemo
open?
Chapel?
To open seems so difficult to me. I think I want to buy Chapel. That seems given.
Yeah.
Transmogrify seems good. Baker seems good. Tormentor seems good. A lot of options.
Mm. Yeah.
Double
Yeah,
Chapel
I
is
like the
often a thing
teamwork.
with Animal Fair as well. I don't think I do that here because of the lack of villages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'll second the T-Mog Chapel suggestion. Transmogrify seems like it'll be really good with Animal Fair. Like you trash your chapel,
Yeah,
turn it into Animal Fair, turn it into province. Or better yet, T-Mog your Animal Fair into a prince, and there's your village.
yeah, for sure. Oh
Uh,
yeah, turn 5 prince.
could happen.
Not quite. I'm expecting turn 7. A prince druid as field to play a villain and a tormentor. Why not?
Yeah, it works out. Or to play a small castle and opulent castle.
No. Yeah. The question is, I've seen some like successful tormentor decks where playing multiple hurts enough. And yeah, castles are a stack of provinces if you're the only one going for it. So there's some justification for building, although yeah, I don't
I
expect them to go for it.
I
I
wouldn't
would
be
try better,
shocked.
but
Saw a prince, but I'm not sure about that.
yeah.
Like even if you do go for provinces and they go for castles, the one thing that you do have is the ability to transmogrify provinces potentially to lower piles faster.
Mm-hmm. We see the chapel missing again for play one.
Is player one gonna lose again? On
I mean,
5, I think I buy Baker here. Tormentor. And then we have Terminal Collision. This is just so
correct.
this is so incredibly sad. Player one is just getting destroyed this match. Uh
Mm. So Haka will Timok into Druid, I guess, right?
what is Druid? I could see that, yeah. What do you take with the Druid? You just play it for money and buy a 5.
I would think so.
You take a gold as
Oh,
well. You could draw your Chapel Dead if you're feeling it.
yeah. I mean,
Um
evening the playing field. So now that's an animal fair or not?
yeah, I guess it's actually not so bad. You can turn it into an Animal Fair, rebuy Chapel. No, that's a rebuying Chapel doesn't
I
look super
mean,
appealing, only 2 buys.
yeah, yeah. You use the baker for sure. Buy the baker for sure, right? You have your one transported away
Yeah,
to
I
get
think
two.
maybe Baker Animal Fair, and then in a moment you can transmogrify your last estate into Chapel if you need to keep trashing.
Yeah. I mean, if you play money-ish, the corpus are fine, right? If you. Oh, wait.
Well,
Here we go.
those are
Prince
buys.
and Druid. Prince and Druid.
It's happening.
It's happening. Yeah, we haven't talked about the transport makes princes cheaper.
Yeah, you just pay 3
So,
twice instead of 8 once.
and he's. I mean, he's certainly ahead due to not missing Chapel, so Prince is certainly a riskier line if it backfires. There will be some regret, I'm sure, but
So what are Haka's
I am
bottom
happy to
5
see it.
cards? A horse and a lot of coppers. Okay.
We saw the Prince from Nasmith as well, so
Uh,
okay.
so transport Prince by Animal Fair? Probably not. You probably still want to trash your Chapel at some point. I'm not sure what you do here. Hmm. To buy Baker, then trash one more time with Chapel, and then take the Prince.
Yeah, I mean, the Prince right now doesn't do much, right? I'm surprised I didn't double Baker first last turn, and um, okay. Um, yeah, I'm not super sure about that, but okay. Okay, we're going for now. This turn will be Princing the Druid and then buying another Druid, I guess. I'm not so sure about that deck composition. Oh, you can Prince an Imp. That was.
That sounds great.
Oh, you get an Animal Fair, so turn wasn't as wasted as I said it was for Haka, so
I was thinking buy the
that seems
druid, and
okay.
then next turn you could play the druid and buy Animal Fair.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's down there. I think, let's see, bunch of
I
junks.
mean, probably as Tormentor is there.
He's trashed 4 coppers. So
Oh,
there's 2 coppers left. A tormentor. No, 3 copper. No, you got
yeah.
two coppers left. A tormentor, and what's that last card?
I mean, Druid is a cantrip, right? And with it without a drawing card. And
Oh, does he
also,
have a
there's
druid as
Baker.
well?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's. Yeah, I think you draw with the horse then.
Oh wait. Okay.
Never mind. We don't want to draw with the horse.
That's kind of funny deck Haka has. I, I mean, is double Baker even good enough this turn?
So you take Baker and another druid, a chapel. I don't know. Ooh, big announcement from Donald X. Plans to reword Prince. Whatever comes up.
Yeah.
Prince definitely
Yeah.
seems like one of those cards that could use a rewording.
Yeah, and also a little bit of help and usability.
Yes.
But can we? Do you think Prince saying 5 costs would be too strong?
Ooh. Um, Probably not. Like it's still Prince at the end of the day, and its main weaknesses aren't even the like $4 card limitation.
Yeah, I mean, so eight 8 coin cost and playing it. So, but yeah, I'm happy they're going for it here. By the way, with the double transmogrify, do you expect some like getting a bunch of druids and then turning them into animal fair to transmogrify them, or
I did
what do you
not
think?
anticipate this ride. Um, yeah, I was thinking we're taking a few more
No,
animal fairs
but
pretty soon, but Hakaba is a ride. I
yeah,
guess it's
wait.
a transmogrify target.
Um, yeah, that's the best I can come up with.
So who's in the lead here? I mean, I have to assume player two, just based on trends.
Mm-hmm. Haka certainly was. And then I think there were some suboptimal decisions
Haka's
that.
got the Bakers, but Innisfit's got this nice Prince to Imp.
Mm-hmm. So the question is, when will we see second Prince?
That's a good question. Yeah, it's not super hard to get here. If you get plus buy, you can essentially buy it for 6 money.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Locust really that bad?
I mean, the copper was annoying too, right? So it doesn't really change anything. tiebreaker doesn't matter in Castle Kingdoms. I would.
Yeah. What do you buy? Bakers, okay.
I mean, I suppose you turn the horse into another enemy fair now?
I assumed we were transmogrifying the horse or something.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, okay, that works too.
looks like it's gonna become an animal fair.
But yeah, there's clearly still a lot of overdraw that we can't make use of, so
Uh,
I'm not happy about that.
he could have discarded for a gold and then drawn back those cards.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Since we're printing a druid, but we're not playing two terminals, is kind of weird.
Yeah, Hawkeye's not making use of the plus action that the prince gave him.
Yeah.
Well, he will be from this turn on, I guess, because he now has two animal fairs.
Yep. Haunting doesn't really matter.
Gold and Baker. If you insist.
Okay, that's the gold buy that has to happen every game today. Yeah, maybe that's a secret pact or something.
Yeah.
Some cartel, gold buying cartel. Okay, we had 10 money without a second prince. This deck can't do much more, right? So,
Yeah, as Hawkeye, you're greening pretty soon. I mean, Andy Smith could just be me and be overcompensating to throw you off the trail. Do you go for more princes? I'm gonna say no for Haka. He doesn't have any good targets for the prince, so it'd be really awkward for him to do. And his decks, I mean, he's still pretty limited to a 5-card hand either way. In A. Smith, you could maybe consider it because you've got the draw from Imp and you've also got a Druid that could be a target. So what do you buy?
so I would kind of hate double Baker. I mean, I think I would prefer Baker Gold over that.
Double Baker?
I mean, if you draw,
Baker seem
you
fine. You do like
yeah,
transport Baker and buy Province, and then maybe double Baker the next turn. Or Baker Province, that is, which would come with 2 Bakers. Uh, so at the moment he's overdrawing because he's only got the 4 stop cards. But that will also change very soon. All right, he wants to thin.
no Chapel. Does he, or is it just to? Yeah, I guess it can't be really a Chapel to get another MFR. That wouldn't make sense.
Well, so I think what you could do here is like this turn, you T-Mog one of your animal fairs into Province, maybe, and then you play the chapel in your
Oh,
other animal
yeah.
fair. And then next turn, now that you've
Mm-hmm.
chapeled away the curse and the copper, now you can turn that chapel back into a fair.
Mm-hmm. Well, fear hurts here on this turn where you don't draw. So it kind of looks like Naismith is quite ahead now to me.
Yeah, that hex did do a number on Hakad's hand. So what does NA Smith buy? Double Province,
Mm.
Province Baker.
Province Baker. I don't hate that. Yeah, I mean, there's two T-Monks down, right?
Yeah,
So
the two transmogrifiers are a big threat.
yeah, it could be another C skift since you don't play the animal fair this turn anyway. I guess you could play one, right?
Yeah, so like
Possibly if
if
you.
you drew the animal fair off the Baker, you could play it.
There's one copper, I think, right? Two bakers, one copper, one animal fair. So
Yeah, I think that's right.
you need to find the animal fair
Mm,
first.
I think I like C's gift. Just finding the Bakers looks really good. If you draw the animal fair, you can T-Mog it. Um, and we drew the copper, which is not ideal. So do you play the chapel here? I think you might. Yeah. Hakka's draw is
Tough.
just so limited that trashing a copper and a curse is super significant.
Yeah, but how do you win this game?
That's a good question.
I mean, I wouldn't want to double province and double mill here. That seems losing. I would rather double mill next turn and win immediately.
Yeah, so I think as NA Smith, you're taking one province here, so that if Hakka takes a province, then you can do potentially 4 provinces the
Mm.
following turn.
I mean, I'm also okay with doubling here. There's nothing Haka can do about that.
Yeah, 2 provinces also seems totally reasonable to me.
Yeah, I don't see a world where Ned Smith loses here.
Does look real bad.
Okay. Yeah, doesn't find a province here, but there's still an imp draw, so yeah.
Diluted actually, I think, is kind of an annoyance for Hakka, because it impedes your ability to turn this chapel into an animal fair.
True.
So I think you're not T-Mogging Animal Fair into Province this turn. I think you're just playing all the actions and then
Mm.
and
Maybe Baker and a duchy, or I think you kind of need two Timok plays. I would think.
I don't know what you do. I think Hakka is just in a bad spot now.
Yep. I suppose. Are there 7 stop cards in this Smith's deck?
So we
I mean,
got 3 provinces, a tormentor, a druid, a copper, a gold. So yes,
and an
exactly
animal fair,
7
right?
or
Yeah.
oh, so 8.
Yeah. So I guess you can then play for some kind of that. Yeah, I don't think there's a winning line. Yeah, time for casters is true actually, but his deck is not good for. Yeah, well,
He
what
doesn't
can
have
you
the,
do?
the
You
plus
can buy
buy
two
for
castles.
castles.
Yeah, but yeah, there's also no way any other pile empties. But after the castle is empty, he can buy a lot of states of the Cinema Fair.
I don't know. Province Duchy and yeah, I don't know what like a dud hand for NA Smith looks like realistically.
Okay,
Uh so you can call T-Mog on the Animal Fair twice for 2 provinces, and do we not just have a win there? And maybe
I don't,
I'm
if you
un
lose Cinema Fair, you don't hit 16.
oh maybe he doesn't have enough money.
but
But
that's probably guaranteed in the next 10.
wait, so even so, if you call Timog on Animal Fair twice, you take two provinces, you buy province duchy or something. Like then
Mm-hmm.
what does Hakka do with one
Yeah,
province left of the pile? I think I would have just transmogrified that Animal Fair.
yeah, that wins, but also not calling wins also guaranteed next turn.
Just
So
just
it's either
doubling
way.
here. Oh,
Oh,
he's still in the
because we're
start
still
of turn phase. I thought the Baker was him playing Om. The Baker was being played by the Imp.
yeah,
Yeah, so he's
true.
doing the double province off of Team Mogline after all.
You could even draw on here with a druid, I guess, since that's your second turn there. Envious. Fortunately, Haka doesn't have any golds.
Yes, only one coin short of ending the game outright.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we can turn our chapel into a humble castle,
Get started on those
and then we
castles.
can buy 2 more castles this turn,
And we're almost there.
and then oh yeah, true. We can T-Mog the animal fair into province, and then this other animal fair gives another buy. So many possibilities.
Play it on. Just take a few more princes and start building up those wild hunt points. Not too late.
Oh, a druid. Time for a second prince indeed. Okay, Donald X has places to be. Can we?
Busy man.
Can we? Druidachi, so no castles. I mean, it would be a reasonable request on Sunday where all the matches are overlapping. So somebody
I I will.
can lose
I want
fast
it to be on the record. Mercury and I scheduled first, and then
first. Yeah.
all the other four, Hippie Six
Mm-hmm.
and Silly Potter and RTT, and whoever RTT is playing, Recycle Garbage. They all scheduled on top of us. It's not our fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Even the RTT recycle garbage matches, even the
Yeah.
EU match. So that should have they should have had an easier time
Yeah.
scheduling.
I,
But
I
yeah.
messaged Mercury and I'll see if we can move ours up a little bit to help avoid
Uh-huh.
the massive log jam.
Okay, so not quite over yet. Is Adachi one? Surely just by Adachi, right? Because Timok wins next turn. It's okay. How do we get 18 points here?
That's a good question. We have a lot of
Probably
money.
not with C's gift. Surely you need 2 actions, right?
Um, one would have thought maybe we need the draw as well.
Oh yeah, the nasmith trick of investing opulent. That's what I learned. But yeah, transporting opulent of course also works. So we top deck 2 cards here and that we just draw again. Okay, does he find the call transmog button? He
Yeah.
does.
Okay. A difficult one to
Very well
find.
played. Yeah.
We have our first semifinalist in
Okay.
nasmith99.
Yeah. congratulations. And we all learned something about Treasure Trove today, I assume.
And the sizableness of second player advantage, which NA Smith only
Oh, yeah,
barely overcame there
exactly.
in the last game.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, well, that's the match.
Yeah.